Good evening, everyone. What is going on? Happy Monday. Today begins a series with the Kansas City Royals versus the New York Yankees. So it's game one of the series. They are playing in the Bronx. How is everybody doing tonight? Thank you all for tuning in. Looks like we got a couple of people in the chat. We got John the Beagle Dad and Susan in the chat. What is going on? It'll be Carlos Carrasco versus Seth Lugo. The game will start here in about 10 minutes. How's everybody doing tonight? What is going on? What's up? So, Yankees trying to bounce back in this series against the Royals. So they have lost two back-to-back series so far. One against the Tigers, and then this recent one against the series that just ended against the San Francisco Giants. And now they're looking for a way to win this series here. So against the Kansas City Royals. So let's see how they do. I got my cup of coffee. I needed a cup of coffee to keep myself awake. Got my Yankees mug here. Susan says it's gorgeous today. It's almost 60 degrees. Nice. Yeah, the weather's been nice here. So I've been digging this weather that we've been getting as of late. So I'm liking the weather. And folks, make sure you all do vote in the poll. Do me a favor and vote in the poll. I did put a poll out there, so I would appreciate it. What's up, Daniel Berry? What's going on? Ken is in the building as well. What is up? So once again, Kansas City Royals versus the New York Yankees should be a good series. The series, it doesn't necessarily get any easier. While we're waiting, looking at the Kansas City Royals lineup, you have Jonathan India, Bobby Witt Jr., you got Pasquantino, Salvador Perez, Massey, Mikael Garcia, Cavan Biggio. You got Waters playing in left field. Isbell is batting ninth. I mean, this isn't a bad lineup right here for the Royals. This is a good lineup. Carlos Carrasco, I feel as though he's going to have his hands full, I think, tonight. He's going up against a good lineup, like the Kansas City Royals. Now the Royals are 8-8. They have an 8-8 record, 8 wins, 8 losses, but I'm not sleeping on them. Of course, they do have Seth Lugo pitching for them tonight. All right, so Yankees bats are gonna have their hands full. Okay. And, I'll go over the lineup again. I'm sure I'll go over the lineup while we're live too. But, Ben Rice will lead things off for the New York Yankees. You got Aaron Judge batting second, Austin Wells batting third, Paul Goldschmidt, he'll be playing first base. Then you got Jazz Chisholm Jr., Anthony Volpe, Jason Dominguez, Trent Grisham, Oswaldo Cabrera. That is your starting lineup. Now, like the lineup, pretty much, you're familiar with the players. Cody Bellinger is not playing today. Aaron Boone said that he gave him a day off. Now, I know, recently he came back from that food poisoning scare. However, I don't know if that's the reason why he was, taken out for today's game, if he still wasn't feeling 100%. But that could be one reason, or I don't know if the back started acting up again, because he was suffering from a back injury. It was just a stiff back. It was probably just tight. Just felt probably discomfort there. So, I'm wondering if he's just not fully recovered from either the food poisoning or the back injury. But, whatever it is, I hope he's all right and he comes back, because he is in a bit of a slump. So let's just hope he could break out of that slump sooner rather than later. What's up, Joe? What's going on? Brad, if that's a knock on my people, cut it out. Watch it. And Boone, let's see. Susan saying Boone said resting because of his back. I figured. Okay, so I figured it was because of his back. So it doesn't sound like it's 100%. I mean, kind of makes sense, right? I mean, he hasn't really looked good at the plate. You got to rest him. And honestly, why not? Even if it means you give him the week off. Like, give him the week off. Let him be 100%. I'd rather be the guy 100% than to go out there not being 100%, clearly, right? And Trent Grisham, put him in there. He's been red hot as of late. He's been knocking the ball. He's been knocking the ball out of the park. He's been hot, and he's a good defender too. So you could afford to have Bellinger stay on the be on the bench and recover. So it's not like Grisham is a bad player. I think Grisham's done well so far this season. So I mean, you look at Grisham's numbers. Let's look at the numbers real quick. You're looking at a 344 batting average right now. He's got an OPS of 1073. Right. He's been red hot this season. So he's got a 417 on base percentage. 9 RBIs, 3 home runs, 11 hits, 9 runs. That's in 32 at bats so far this season. So Grisham's looked good, and I think he will continue trending in the right direction. I'm glad he's getting the playing time. He's seen a lot of playing time. So I'm glad he's doing exactly what we didn't expect him to do. Honestly, as far as his bat goes, his bat's been it's been red hot. We know his defenses look really good, but it's still young. Season's still young. They're about to play Game 16. I'm calling my 15th game of the season so far. I've only missed one game that I couldn't call. There are going to be other games here in the future that where I may not be able to call all of them, but I will. But I'm going to try and call as many games as I possibly can. If I was to call 80 games this season, to me that would be a huge accomplishment. I hope I'm able to, but we'll see. As long as things go as planned, I'm going to do play-by-plays for every game that I possibly can. But how's everybody's night going? How's everybody's day going? What did everybody do today? Did anybody do anything fun today? Did you all have to work? Did you all have to, did you all have the day off? Did you do anything? Did you have any fun? Did you do any fun activities? Nah, I only forget you, Brad. You're the only one I forget. And Susan says the more Grisham plays, the better he looks. Plus, Grisham will take his. Oh, and he does. Yeah, Grisham, his at bats have looked, pretty decent. So, he will take his walks, and his defense has been great. I mean, the way he plays in the outfield, he just makes it look. He just makes it look so easy. He makes it look so easy out there in the outfield. It's like smooth sailing for him. He's just like, and I've said this during many times during the play-by-play. I've done this before. This ain't nothing. I got it. You know what I mean? So the game should start here in the next couple of minutes. We are in a commercial break, at least on my end. I'm sure some of you are probably watching this on the Yes Network, so you're probably seeing something else. And let's see. Brad is working. He's stuck in traffic. I kind of figured, man. I hope it opens up for you. Joe says, I'm happy for Judge with the WBC, but I'm also very worried because you know how that works out. Yeah, that's my issue. The World Baseball Classic is a lot of fun. It's great. It's fun seeing all these countries play against each other, but there's a likelihood of players getting hurt, right? It does. There is a little bit more risk of injury, but let's hope that's not the case, right? With Judge, let's hope that's not the case, or if there's going to be any other Yankees players that these guys don't get hurt. But we'll see. Right. And we got Jared Williams in the building. What's up, Jared? It's been a long time. How are you, man? How's life treating you? What's going on? Good to see you. But like I said, we're all just waiting for the game to start. I know I'm waiting for the game to start on my end. But shout out to everybody in the chat. And thank you all for tuning in. Once again, make sure you all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this channel out with everybody you know. I would greatly appreciate it, and make sure you all vote in that poll that I put out. So I want to make sure you all vote in that poll. I want to see what everybody is voting, what everybody's voting for. And it looks like I got 8 votes, and the majority of you have said 62% of you are saying to book it. The Yankees would have win tonight. So 8 votes, 62% are saying the Yankees will win. Does MLB give insurance out at all? Does anybody know? I don't. I mean, I'm sure there's got to be some sort of insurance involved. What do you mean? What do you mean by does MLB give out insurance for what exactly? It's been good, man. You got a second job interview tomorrow? Cool, man. Cool. That's a good sign. I hope. I feel like getting a second job interview is a really, really good sign. So I'm glad you are getting that getting that second interview. I hope you do land that job. Hopefully it's a job that you're wanting. I'm assuming it's a job that you're wanting and that you're going to enjoy. So I'll wish you the best there, buddy. And Susan says Schmidt says he's playing in WBC. That's cool. Well, I'll see. He's a guy that I would be worried about. I'd be more worried about him than Judge, or honestly. But they're showing the footage right now with Aaron Judge being announced captain, with USA manager Mark DeRosa, who is going to be managing the USA baseball team. Yeah, Jared, out of curiosity, what kind of job are you interviewing for? Once again, hopefully it's the job that you're wanting. I'm assuming it is what you're wanting, right? You're going in for a second interview. What kind of job is it? But looks like we do have the game. It's about to start here shortly. They're showing Meredith Marakovits talking right now. They're showing the beautiful city of New York, and it is in a commercial break now. So the game will start here shortly. Pettit is the pitching coach. I mean, who better than Pettit, right? It's good that they have Andy Pettit as the pitching coach. It's he's the perfect guy for it. I mean, so the building engineer assistant, sweet. Okay, so do you have I'm assuming you got a degree in engineering then? Is that what it is, man? That's pretty awesome, man. Good for you. Oh, cold Italian pizza. How you doing? He says, let's start with a winning streak tonight. Let's go, man. Let's make it happen. Make it happen. So once again, make sure you all vote in the poll. All right. Let's get those likes up, people. All right. Let's continue supporting this channel. I would appreciate it. We're 3 subscribers away from 1530. So if there's 3 people out there that are watching this for the first time, make sure you all hit that subscribe button, and let's get to 1530. 1600 is the goal now, so that's the goal, of course. All right, so let's make it happen. What up, Stephen B? What's going on? Jared says it's actually maintenance work in the building. Okay, well, that's cool, dude. It's not bad. Hey, if it's a job, it pays well, provides a roof over your head, and pays the bills. That's all that matters. Puts food on the table. That's all that matters. But here's the Kansas City Royals starting lineup. Looking at Jonathan India, Bobby Witt Jr., Vinny Pasquantino, Salvador Perez, Michael Massey, Michael Garcia, Kavan Biggio, Drew Waters, Kyle Isbell is your starting lineup. And the game will begin here shortly. And Carlos Carrasco is on the mound. He is warming up. And Jared says, check for electrical issues, plumbing, and more. Cool, man. Good stuff, dude. Good stuff. Good. Good for you. As all jobs are good as long as they're well, pretty much there, Susan. Pretty much. Stephen B says he's good. I figured out a game and an app I didn't understand. Now it'd be fun with that game. Okay. But let's share this screen real quick. Actually, wrong screen. Sorry, folks. Hold on. I'm getting there. All right. And let's zoom in here. Let me adjust it. Here we go. I think we're good. All right. So it is a 1-1 count. It's 2-1-1 now, so 2 balls and 1 strike. I might be a little bit behind. This is usually the case whenever I'm on MLB TV. Some folks might be a little bit more ahead of me. I'll if it's way too ahead, I will then jump to the live. So 2-2 pitch for Jonathan India. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yankees defense, Dominguez, Grisham, Judge. Outfield. Infield is Cabrera, Volpe, Chisholm Jr., Goldschmidt. Wells is at the dish. Rice is DH and Carrasco on the mound. 2-2 count. And Jonathan India fouls it off. So 59 degrees in the Bronx. Let me just jump a little bit ahead here. Let me just jump to the live. Because again, when I'm in MLB TV, man, it just does it like falls behind for some reason. I don't know why. So it is kind of annoying. I'm not trying to be behind. I'm trying to time it to where I'm, calling the game where we're all trying to watch it at the same time. So I do apologize. So I am a little bit just slightly behind some of you. But all right, so video error. Gotta love it. But all right, so I'm back to the game. Marvin Hudson is your home plate umpire. They say he is pitcher friendly. So hopefully he does good for our pitching, right? So we'll see what happens. But we're back to the game. There was a video error. I do apologize. So it is 1 out here in the top of the first. Runner's on first now. We do have a runner on first. And just so everybody knows with that runner on first, it looks like it was a walk issued by Carrasco. And so Jonathan India with a leadoff walk. Bobby Witt Jr. pops out. So that's what we have right now. And we have Pasquantino at the plate. It's 2 balls and no strikes to Pasquantino. Runner on first, 1 out here, top of the first. So 2-0 count. Carrasco sets. Here's the pitch. And he rips that foul. So 2 balls and 1 strike now. So 2 balls, 1 strike here to Pasquantino. 3 balls, 1 strike now. Yeah, once again, I saw a couple of the comments. I know some of you might be a little bit ahead. All right, and that's fine. I try to time it to the best of my abilities. Salvador Perez is waiting on deck for the Royals. It is a 3-1 count to Pasquantino as Carrasco sets, and here's the pitch. And he rips that foul. The count now is full. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Pasquantino. So we have 1 out here in the top of the first. It was a pop out by Bobby Witt Jr. And Carrasco sets. Here's the pitch. And he walks him. So 2 walks here in the inning for Carrasco, as that'll bring up Salvador Perez. I'm on time for you there, Petruzzi. Copy. What's going on, bro? What up there, Rodney? What's going on? What are you saying there, Stephen B? We don't need any doom comments. I think it needs to stop before it goes en route. Okay. What up, Bill? What's going on, man? Yeah, Salvador Perez is he's a bit of a Yankee killer for sure. But we have 2 men on right now with 1 out here in the top of the first. Salvador Perez with an 0 has a strike on him. Here's the second pitch to Perez. It is a ball, so it's 1 ball, 1 strike to Salvador Perez. Runners will take their lead. Here's the pitch from Carrasco. It's a swing and a miss. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Let's see if Carrasco could get his first strike out of the game. Here's the 1-2, and he misses. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 men on, 1 out. Here in the top of the first, as Carrasco checks the runner at second, he sets, he pitches. Big swing and a miss, and he struck him out. Out number 2. That is the first strikeout for Carlos Carrasco. So he's got 1 strikeout, 2 walks. So we have 2 outs now. And that will bring up Massey to the plate. So Michael Massey is your 5th batter in the lineup. So let's see what Carrasco can do here. Carrasco sets, checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch, outside for a ball. Ball count is 1 ball, no strikes. Runners take their lead. Carrasco sets. Here's the pitch. 2 balls, no strikes now. So 2 balls, no strikes to Massey. We have 2 outs here in the top of the first. Runners on first and second. Carrasco sets. Here's the pitch. And Massey hits that. It is foul. So it's 2 balls and 1 strike now to Massey. Carrasco sets. Here's the 2-1. And that is fouled back, and it's 2-2. Let's play that 2-strike horn. See if Carrasco can strike out here and get out of this inning. Carrasco sets. Here's the 2-2. And did he go? Third base umpire said no. So count is now full. So 3 balls, 2 strikes to Massey. So important pitch coming up here. Here's the pitch from Carrasco as Massey pops that one up to left field. And Dominguez is right there to make the play. A round of applause for Jason Dominguez. And we are going to the bottom of the first. We're going to clap for him every time he makes a catch. There you go. You're the man, Dominguez. All right, so the Royals do leave 2 men on. We are going to the bottom of the first. We are in a commercial break. So, started out a little rough, but ended well for Carrasco. Let's see what he does in the second inning. Let's take a look at some of the comments here. Let's see, where did I leave off? The whole week issues you're talking about? I don't know what you're talking about there, Stephen B. You might have to text me there, bud. Yeah, right, Bill? Yeah, 23 pitches for him. We won't get third before 50 pitches. We'll see. I mean, we got Ace in the building. He says, Chia, what up, Ace? My guy Ace doing the play-by-play on his channel right now. Shout out to the Ace Avenue. But good inning by the Yankees. So let's see, or by Carrasco. He got out of a little bit of a jam. So let's see what the Yankees can do in the bottom of the first. Hopefully they can get on the board. So we are in a commercial break. The game will start here momentarily. So let's see where I'm at here. All right. So Yankees lineup: Ben Rice, Aaron Judge, Austin Wells, Paul Goldschmidt, Jazz Chisholm Jr., Anthony Volpe, Jason Dominguez, Trent Grisham, Oswaldo Cabrera is your starting lineup. Starting lineup. So and we have Seth Lugo on the mound, who, some of the Yankees bats have good at-bats against him, some not so much, as Ben Rice swings at the first pitch, and it is foul. Here's the 0-1. Count now is 0-2. Another pitch foul back. So no balls, 2 strikes. So no balls, 2 strikes to Ben Rice. As Lugo sets, he pitches. It is in the dirt. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Ben Rice. And Royals defense, Waters, Isbel, Biggio, Garcia, Witt, Jr., Massey, Pasquantino, Salvador Perez is at the dish. Seth Lugo's on the mound as another ball is thrown. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to Ben Rice. And Ben Rice hits a grounder right to the second baseman who makes a nice play there. Throws over to first base. So Massey to, I believe, that's Pasquantino for out number 1. It was a hard hit ball there by Rice, but second base Massey makes a good play. And that will bring up the captain, Aaron Judge. And as he takes a strike. So as you all know, Aaron Judge has been announced the team captain for Team USA for the World Baseball Classic in 2026. So congratulations to him as he fouls a ball. And it's an 0-2 count to the captain, Aaron Judge. We have 1 out here in the bottom of the first. It's an 0-2 count to Aaron Judge. Here's the 0-2. Judge fouls it away. So no balls, 2 strikes to Aaron Judge. Lugo sets. Here's the pitch, and it's a swing and a miss. So Judge strikes out. So Seth Lugo with his first strikeout of the game. Judge does tend to struggle against Lugo, though. So can't really say that I'm surprised, But that is 2 outs here in the bottom of the first, and that will bring up Austin Wells. Yeah, Lugo is good. Seth Lugo is a good pitcher. Definitely don't sleep on him. And here we have Austin Wells as he takes a strike on a 92-mile-per-hour four-seam fastball. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the first as Seth Lugo sets. And here's the pitch, and Wells fouls that back. So it's 0-2 now. So 0-2, bottom of the first, 2 outs, nobody on. It's a 0-0 game. So let's see what – I just realized I didn't have the game cast up, so I do apologize. But it is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Austin Wells. What up, Sean? How's it going? 1 ball, 2 strikes. Seth Lugo sets. Here's the pitch, and that is called a ball. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes now. So it's a 2-2 count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Seth Lugo sets. Here's the pitch, and it's grounded to the third baseman, Garcia, who throws over to first. And it's a 1-2-3 inning as Austin Wells grounds out. And we are going to the top of the second, and we are in a commercial break. So it's a 1-2-3 inning. It's a 0-0 game. Moving to the top of the second. Let's see what Carrasco can do in the top of the second. So we are in a commercial break. And while we're in a commercial break, I will be right back. So stay put here, folks, and I will be right back here in just a moment. All right, and we are back to the game. Carrasco is back on the mound, and we have Michael Garcia at the plate. He is leading off things off here in the top of the second. What's up, SGA? How's it going? Good to see you. And here's the pitch from Carrasco that is in there for a strike. So it's an 0-1 count on a 91-mile-per-hour sinker. It'd be nice for Carrasco to have a nice outing here to make up for the game against the Tigers. Here's the 0-1, and that is called a strike. He got him on that corner, that bottom corner there. So on a slider. So now the pitch count is 0-2, so no balls, 2 strikes. And here's the pitch, and that is outside in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Garcia. Let's see if Carrasco could get a second strike out of the game. Here's the 1-2. As Garcia pops that into center field, Trent Grisham making it look smooth for out number 1. And we have 1 out here in the top of the second. So they're showing footage here from the ALDS when the bench is cleared in Kansas City. But we are back to the game. We got Cavan Biggio at the plate as he takes a strike. So it is 0-1 to Cavan Biggio. So 1 out here in the top of the second. 0-1 count to Biggio. Here's the 0-1. That is in there for a strike. So count now is 0-2. So let's see if Carrasco could get a strikeout here. He is currently at 32 pitches right now. Carrasco sets. Here's the 0-2. Ball's in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Biggio. So still a 0-0 game. Nobody on base. It's 1 out, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Carrasco sets. Here's the pitch. And umpire says that was a ball. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. A similar pitch was thrown before that. And umpire had called that a strike, but called that one a ball. But it's 2-2 now. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to Biggio. Here's the 2-2. Count now is full. So 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Biggio. Here's the 3-2. And he swings and misses, and that is a strikeout. 2 outs now here in the top of the second. And they're showing some old school games of the Royals and Yankees players getting into a fight. And now we have Waters at the plate as he swings and misses at the first pitch. So count is 0-1. That is Drew Waters at the plate. Carrasco sets. Here's the 0-1. High for a ball. So 1 ball, 1 strike now to Waters. Here's the 1-1. As Waters hits a ground to the Jazz Chisholm Jr., he throws over to first to Paul Goldschmidt for out number 3. So 1-2-3 inning here, and we are moving to the bottom of the second. And we are in a commercial break. Let's check the comments here. Let's check the comments. Yeah, nice quick inning for Carrasco. So, I mean, this is what he needs to do, right? This is what he needs to do. So far, so good. Let's see what he does come third inning. And so SGA, the Royals are going to sweep themselves. Let me know how that works out. Dev Finch, what is going on? Dev, how's it going? Well, we are in a commercial break. So Hopefully everybody's having a good evening. Hopefully you're all having a good night. Hopefully you all had a good start to the week. For real, Rodney? Like, you being serious? Dang, okay. Whoa, that's a little worrisome. SGA clearly doesn't like the Yankees. Couldn't make that more obvious. But we are in a commercial break right now, folks. The game should resume here shortly. Again, some of you might be a little bit ahead of me. Whoa. All right, Ronnie. But we are back to the game. And it looks like Paul Goldschmidt will lead things off. Here's the pitch from Lugo. That is called a strike. So Paul Goldschmidt. Paul Goldschmidt through 15 games, folks. 357 batting average, a home run, 6 RBIs, 885 OPS. Here's the 0-1. Count now is 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes to Paul Goldschmidt. Lugo sets. Here's the pitch. And Goldschmidt hits a grounder to the second baseman. And Paul Goldschmidt saved. Good hustle. We have a man on first. So nice stop there by Massey. Goldschmidt was running it out. Massey had to turn around. Ball hit the dirt, and Goldschmidt is safe. So good hustle there by Paul Goldschmidt. So we do have a runner on first, and that will bring up Jazz Chisholm Jr. So good hustle there. So we do have a runner on first, and that should be scored as a hit for Paul Goldschmidt. So we do have a runner on first. Bottom of the second, Lugo throws over to first, and he's pitching to Jazz Chisholm as he hits one to the outfield to the center fielder for out number 1. It is a flyout for Jazz Chisholm Jr. He is 0 for 1 to start the game. And that'll bring up Anthony Volpe to the plate. Oh, boy. Count for Ronnie. Keep us updated. But here we have Anthony Volpe at the plate as it's 1 ball, no strikes to Anthony Volpe. We have 1 out here in the bottom of the second with a runner on first. Anthony Volpe is at the plate. Here's the 1-0. As Volpe hits that to right field, that ball is going back, and it's a jumping play by Biggio for out number 2. So we have 2 outs here in the inning, and that will bring up Jason Dominguez. That will bring up the Martian. So let's see if the Yankees could get something going here. Lugo is at 20 pitches so far, folks. So pitch count is good for him. As Lugo sets, here's the pitch. And that is called a ball. So 1 ball, no strikes. Dominguez having some great numbers against right-handed pitching this season so far. Here's the 1-0. 2-0 now to Jason Dominguez. So 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Runner is on first as Seth Lugo checks the first baseman, waiting for the signal here. Gets the signal. He sets. Here's the pitch. 3-0 now. So 3 balls, no strikes to Dominguez as Trent Grisham is waiting on deck. So 3 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch from Lugo. That is in there for a strike on a fastball. So the count now is 3-1. So 3 balls, 1 strike to Jason Dominguez. Lugo sets. He's just waiting for the signal. He's checking on the first baseman and does step off the mound. It looks like there was I don't know if there was a pitch comm issue, but finally gets the signal. Here's the pitch, and Dominguez walks. So we got 2 runners on now. That does bring up Trent Grisham. So it's a 2-out walk for Dominguez. We got runners on first and second now. Yankees have an opportunity here. And that does bring up Trent Grisham, who is batting .344 with 3 home runs, 9 RBIs, a 1073 OPS here in 13 games. So some great numbers there by Trent Grisham. So 2 runners on. Lugo checks second. Here's the pitch as Grisham takes a strike. So it is strike 1 to Trent Grisham. It's an 0-1 count. So 2 on, 2 out, bottom of the second. 0-1 count to Grisham. Lugo sets. Here's the pitch. And just misses the strike zone. It is 1 ball, 1 strike. Here we have Cody Bellinger in the dugout, not playing today. So he's getting some rest here. It is a 1-1 count to Trent Grisham. Here's the pitch. And a little high. So 2 balls, 1 strike now to Trent Grisham. Yankees have an opportunity here to get on the board. So let's see what they can do. Lugo checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch. And Grisham pops that one up. And it looks like the center fielder makes the play for out number 3. So the Yankees do leave 2 men on. We are going to the top of the third. And it's still a 0-0 game. So let's see what Carrasco could do here in the top of the third. Just checking some of the comments here. Yeah, so Yankees had something going there. You know, they were cooking something there in the bottom of the second, but just could not execute. Once again, you know, it's one of these things where they have a big opportunity to make something happen, and you know, they don't execute the way they're supposed to, right? And it's like when you get multiple opportunities like that, and you don't execute, the other team could make you pay for it. And the Royals are a team that can definitely do that. So. But we are currently in a commercial break. So top of the third will be coming up here shortly. Once again, and again, I know some of you might be a little bit ahead of me. Just, you know, I don't know. It's got to be MLB TV, you know. Every time I'm live, then it catches up, then it falls behind again. So I don't know. I don't know why that happens. I can't complain, SGA. I'm doing good. Life is great. Around the bases, Yankees, Alice says. Yeah, they need better situational hitting, no doubt. No doubt. Yes, SGA, I am a New York Giants fan. You're calling me a bum? I'm talking to a bum right now. Yeah, Yankees do break the internet. That's what they do. But anyway, we're back to the game. Bring on the comments. But we have Isbell leading things off as he fouls the first pitch. It is 0-1. So Kyle Isbell. So no balls, one strike. As Carrasco sets. Here's the pitch. Ball in the dirt. It is a 1 ball, 1 strike count now to Isbell. We are here in the top of the third. It's a 0-0 game. Carrasco right now at 41 pitches. As he sets, swing and a miss. So count now is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kyle Isbell. As Carrasco sets, let's see if Carrasco can get a strikeout here. Here's the pitch, and it is a strikeout. He struck him out. Third strikeout for Carrasco. We have 1 out here in the inning. Hold on, let me make the adjustment here. All right, I got the adjustment. Hopefully, is that better? That's better. Okay, I got you there, Jacob. We have 1 out here in the top of the third, and we are back to the top of the lineup with Jonathan India, who drew a walk in his first at-bat as he takes a strike. Here's the 0-1. And hit hard to Cabrera. He comes up with the ball, throws over to first for out number 2. Good play there by Cabrera. Let's go. Yeah, Susan, I'm not the biggest fan of the powder blue uniforms either. It's not really for me. There's 10 people at the Mets-Twins game. Is the game in Minnesota? Here's the first pitch from Carrasco to Witt Jr., who is 0 for 1 in today's game, and it is a ball. SGA, I don't do football. I don't do football. Here's the 1-0. It is fouled off. The count now is 1 ball, 1 strike. The next, if I want to build this channel up. Once I get this channel built up, I do want to start a fight channel. I just got to have more time in the day too. But I want to do a combat sports channel. But it is 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs here in the top of the third. Swing and a miss. Count now is 1-2. So let's play that 2-strike horn. See if Russell can get his first strike out of the game. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1-2 count to Bobby Witt Jr. As he sets. Here's the pitch. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Witt Jr. That's funny, Susan. Did you just hear Cold Italian Pizza? I did play it. 2-2, 2 outs, top of the third. Here's the 2-2 from Carrasco. It is fouled off, so Bobby Witt Jr. staying alive. I hear you, Beagle. So 2-2 count here as Carrasco's trying to get out of this inning, having another 1-2-3 inning. Here's the pitch, and that is fouled back. So Bobby Witt Jr. battling. Carrasco right now at 51 pitches. Carrasco sets. Here's the 2-2. It is high, so count now is full. So 3 balls, 2 strikes now to Witt Jr. Showing numbers between Witt Jr. and Aaron Judge as Witt Jr. fouls off another pitch. So battle going on here between Carrasco and Witt Jr. That was Carrasco's 53rd pitch there, folks. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the third. Carrasco sets. Here's the pitch as he fouls off another one. So once again, trying to stay alive. And Vinny Pasquantino is waiting on deck. So 10th pitch coming up. Here's the 3-2. And Witt Jr. hits that into left field. Dominguez running back, looking up, and see ya. That ball is gone. And the Kansas City Royals are on the board with a 1-0 lead on a solo home run but by Bobby Witt Jr. So it's a solo, 2-out solo home run. And 108.3 exit velo, 388-foot home run. So the Royals are on the board. Have a 1-0 lead. It's 2 outs now. Still 2 outs. And that'll bring up Vinny Pasquantino. And here's Pasquantino as he takes a ball. So it's 1 ball, no strikes to Pasquantino. They're showing the replay here of Bobby Witt Jr. hitting that home run. Here's the 1-0. 2 balls, no strikes now. So 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Top of the third. The Royals are on the board with a 1-0 lead on a solo home run by Bobby Witt Jr. as Pasquantino fouls that one. So it's 2 balls, 1 strike now to Pasquantino, who drew a walk in his first at bat. So it's a 2-1 count. Carrasco hopefully can get out of this inning without having to give up any more runs. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch, and Pasquantino hits that one high. It is far, and it is caught at the warning track at the wall by Aaron Judge. So what almost looked like another home run, Judge followed it and caught it at the warning track. So we have the 3rd out. We are going to the bottom of the 3rd. The Royals are on the board. So let's see if the Yankees bats can answer back here in the bottom of the 3rd. Let's check. Let's take a look at the comments here. Ace is saying Jacob jinxed us. He literally said Carrasco has been good, then a homer. Yeah, well, that's why I told you yesterday that you need to fire him as your agent. The Petruzzi sucks. Yeah, Joe talking about Soto. Susan says Yanks are up. Indeed. Petruzzi says he doesn't know what Ace is talking about. I don't know, man. I don't think Ace is lying. Soto, Schmoto, who cares? Yeah, that's what I say. Got fired Jacob as a mod. I might have to. I might have to take the mod privileges away from a few people. I got the power. Would I need a lawyer hit you up? Are you a lawyer? Are you going to like law school or something? Yeah, if I hire you Drew as my lawyer, you would definitely argue against me, not for me. Holy crap, you would just like take the money and run. So what the hell? What? So do you know a lawyer or something? Jacob's trying to set me up with bad lawyers. Oh, you graduated sports management degree. Good for you, dude. That's what's up. What are you planning on doing with it? Well, we are in a commercial break. We will be back to the game here momentarily. Once again, make sure you all hit that like button on your way in if you haven't yet. Hit that subscribe button. Share this channel out with everybody you know. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's continue growing this channel out. The big goal right now is 1,600, and we are back to the game, and we are here in the bottom of the 3rd. It's a 1-0 game as the Royals are on the board, and Oswaldo Cabrera will lead things off here in the bottom of the 3rd. So let's see if the Yankees bats could get something going here. Pitch from Lugo is called a strike on a 90-mile-per-hour changeup. So Cabrera, Rice, and Judge are due up here in the bottom of the 3rd. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. That is fouled off. The count now is no balls, 2 strikes to Oswaldo Cabrera. Lugo gets the signal. He sets. Here's the pitch. As that is up the middle, so a single for Oswaldo Cabrera. So the leadoff batter's on. Let's see if the Yankees could get something going here, as that will bring up Ben Rice to the plate. So a good hit there by Oswaldo Cabrera. So solid swing right back up the middle. And it's a single for Oswaldo Cabrera. And that will bring up Ben Rice, who is 0 for 1 in today's game, as he is ready to go. Lugo checks the runner at first base as he sets, and here's the pitch. And Rice will foul that pitch off, and it is an 0-1 count for Ben Rice. Ben Rice so far this season, 292 batting average, 4 home runs, 6 RBIs, a 1029 OPS. So Rice has looked really good this season. It's an 0-1 count. Here's the pitch from Lugo. It is 1-1 now, so 1 ball, 1 strike to Ben Rice. Lugo checks the runner at first. He sets. Here's the pitch, as Rice fouls that one off. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Ben Rice. Lugo sets. And he does step off the mound for just a moment, but it looks like he is ready to go. Checks the runner at first. He sets. Here's the 1-2. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Ben Rice. And Aaron Judge is on deck. Lugo so far at 36 pitches so far in this game. Here's the 2-2. And it's a grounder hit to the second baseman. They have a chance for a double play here. And it is a double play. So 2 outs here in the top of the third. It was a grounder hit to Massey, who threw over to Bobby Witt Jr. Bobby Witt Jr. throws over to Pasquantino for the double play. So there's my 1 double play prediction that I made earlier during the pregame. So there you go. And now we have Aaron Judge at the plate with 2 outs as he takes a ball. So 38 plate appearances without a home run for Aaron Judge. His last home run was on April 4th against the Pirates. So he is due for a home run. He is 0 for 1 in today's game. He struck out in the first inning. So it is a 1 ball, 1 strike count to Aaron Judge. So bottom of the third, 2 outs. Yankees trying to get on the board here. The Kansas City Royals are leading 1-0. It's a 1-1 count to Aaron Judge as Lugo sets. Here's the pitch. And Judge will take a strike there on a slow curve. That was 71 miles per hour. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes now. And here's the 1-2 as Judge hits it up the middle. And it is a single for Aaron Judge as he is on base with a 2-out single. And that will bring up Austin Wells. So Yankees getting some hits. Just needing to make the best of those, make the best of those hits with the runners on base. So let's see if they can make something happen here with 2 outs. So showing the replay here for Judge. So the captain is on first base, and now we have Austin Wells, who fouls off the first pitch. Austin Wells is 0 for 1 in today's game. So 1 man on, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. It's an 0-1 count to Austin Wells as Lugo sets. Here's the pitch. And did he go? Third base umpire said he did go around. Wells kind of smiling about it. It's an 0-2 count. There is the replay. It looks like he kind of did. He tried to hold up, but just couldn't. But it's an 0-2 count. 0-2, 2 outs, bottom of the third, runner on first. So Lugo sets. And here's the 0-2. And Wells hits that high. It is far, but play is made at the warning track as Wells sent that one for a ride, but it wasn't far enough, unfortunately. So now we are at the end of the third. We're going to the top of the fourth. It's still a 1-0 game. And let's see what the Yankees do here in the top of the fourth. We are in a commercial break. It was pretty close, but just didn't happen. So let's check the comments here. So Jacob is saying he's big into stats and stuff. I applied to ESPN and some other places trying to find something somewhat local right now. I'm working seasonally in summer and then at the mountain during winter. Okay, Petruzzi. Coaching certificate. All right. Yankees country is in the building. What up, Yankees country? And Jacob Frederick, the other Jacob, is in the building. What's going on there, Frederick? How's it going? Okay, so you're going to Guardians Pirates game on Sunday. Should be a lot of fun, man. Hopefully you have a good time. But shout out to everybody in the chat. Appreciate everybody tuning in. So yeah, the Yankees bats need to come alive, man. They need to come alive. You guys hear me saying this all the time with the bats. So far, the Yankees, just to pull it up here. Right now the Yankees have left 3 men on base. They're 0 for 1 in runners in scoring position. I mean, not terrible, but let's just hope that they can make something happen here. Appreciate it there, Stephen B. Thank you for the kind words, man. But let's check some scores here. Pittsburgh beating the Nationals 2-0. The Giants are beating the Phillies 6-3. The Braves are beating Toronto 4-0. Tampa Bay is beating Boston 8-1 here in the bottom of the third. Holy crap. Houston, St. Louis is 0-0. Mets and Minnesota 0-0. Detroit, Milwaukee. Detroit's beating the Brewers 2-0, but looks like we are back to the game. Lugo is clearly a better pitcher, no doubt. What a play made there by Jason Dominguez. Salvador Perez hit that ball hard. And Dominguez makes a fantastic play there in left field. He was running, and then he jumps up, man. A round of applause. Dominguez telling everybody, yeah, I could play left field. What now? We're going to give him another round of applause here. I'm going to let this one play. Well deserved. Let's go. And that pitch was like outside of the strike zone too. That was the crazy part. As Massey is at the plate, and it's an 0-2 count for Massey. And Dominguez telling everybody, like, I got it, man. I got it. So it's an 0-2 count to Massey. Carrasco at 62 pitches. As Carrasco sets, here's the pitch. Misses with a ball, so it's 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Michael Massey, who was 0 for 1 in today's game. Let's see if Carrasco could get his 4th strikeout of the game. Here's the pitch. As Massey pops that one up, and is Dominguez going to make another catch? And he makes the second out. Another round of applause. Another round of applause for Jason Dominguez. Let's go. And that brings up Michael Garcia to the plate. So 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. So nobody on base. It's still a 1-0 game here in the top of the 4th. And Garcia takes a strike on a curveball. So it's an 0-1 count to Garcia. Here's the pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike now. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, top of the 4th. The Royals have a 1-0 lead right now as Carrasco sets. Here's the pitch. As Garcia hits a grounder to Cabrera, throws over to first base for out number 3. It's a 1-2-3 inning for the New York Yankees. Goldschmidt, Chisholm Jr., Anthony Volpe are due up. We are in a commercial break. So that play by Dominguez was fantastic. That was fantastic. Good job to Dominguez. So great job. Susan says, Martian, great play. Stephen B says, since Gusto's slacking, let's do this. Smack the like, hit the emojis, make sure you subscribe. Oh man, it's Stephen B calling him out. Oh, I gotta hit up Gusto. He's probably busy, man. I mean, he has his own business and whatnot. So yeah, he looks better in left field. Just got to be patient with Dominguez. Yeah, I agree. It's a work in progress, right? Like, was there a worry? Sure. But, you got to give him time. So lessons with Bernie paying off. Yeah, Sean, for real, man. For real. So that's what we like to see. Let's check the MLB scores real quick. Starting from the beginning again, Pirates beating the Nationals 5-0. Phillies losing to the Giants 6-3. Braves beating the Blue Jays right now 4-0. It's a 9-1 game. Tampa Bay's beating Boston 9-1. They're destroying Boston. The Mets of Minnesota 0-0. Tigers beating the Brewers 2-0. St. Louis and Houston 0-0. And then later on, you'll have the Cubs and Padres, and then the Rockies and Dodgers. So those games are going to be played later tonight. Those are late night games. So some of you might be up, some of you may not be up. I don't know. But, if you are up, hopefully you get to watch the games if you're able to. No, I know you had to, Stephen B. You're good, bro. I appreciate you. Susan's asking she is wondering if Cashman is still looking for a bat. Potentially, who knows? I think if you ask me, my guess, and again, I'm not saying that I know because I have no direct connection with the New York Yankees or nothing like that. My guess, my prediction, I think the Yankees are staying put right now. Personally, I think the Yankees are staying put. Now, if it gets really bad, I can see them potentially making a move. And Dominguez getting some love there in the Yankee dugout. We are back to the game as Paul Goldschmidt leads things off. He is 1 for 1 in today's game, and they're showing Dominguez's jumping play there in the outfield. And what a great play, man! But it's a 1-0 count to Paul Goldschmidt. Here's the 1-0. 2 balls and no strikes now to Paul Goldschmidt. He is 1 for 1 in today's game. He had a single in the second inning. Two balls, no strikes to Goldschmidt. 3 balls, no strikes now to Paul Goldschmidt. What's up, Ray? How's it going, man? Yeah, he indeed had a confidence booster. So 3 balls, no strikes to Goldschmidt. Here's the pitch from Lugo, and it is a strike. So it is a 3-1 count. Yeah, I mean, Stephen B., I wouldn't be surprised if they wait till the deadline. Here's the 3-1 as Goldschmidt fouls that one. So the count now is full. So 3 balls, 2 strikes to Paul Goldschmidt. Here's the 3-2, and Goldschmidt strikes out, swings and misses for out number 1. And that'll bring up Jazz Chisholm Jr. And first pitch to Jazz is a ball or a strike, excuse me. I'm going to jump to the live here. I'm lagging like a few minutes behind here, so I do apologize. And Jazz Chisholm Jr., folks, I fast forwarded, hit a solo home run. The game is tied, 6th home run of the season. Let's play that siren. The Yankees are on the board, folks. 104.4 exit velo, 411-foot home run for Jazz Chisholm Jr. That's what I'm talking about. Jazz getting that spark back, hopefully. It's a 1-1 game. Yeah, I mean, again, Stephen B. I mean, I think right now, right, the Yankees are going to stay put, unless if things get really, really bad, they might make a move. But I think they're just going to stay put for the moment. But the Yankees are on the board on a solo home run by Jazz Chisholm. The game is tied at 1. One out here in the bottom of the 4th. Anthony Volpe is at the plate right now. It's a 1-1 count to Anthony Volpe, who was 0 for 1 in today's game. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. So count now is 1 ball, 2 strikes to Mr. Chicken Parm. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Game is tied up at 1. Here's the 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Anthony Volpe. So second game in a row where Jazz Chisholm Jr. hits a home run. So that's got to be a great feeling for him. It's a 2-2 count here to Anthony Volpe. And here's the 2-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The count is now full. Lugo right now at 57 pitches. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the 4th. Game is tied up at 1. Lugo sets. Here's the pitch. As Volpe pops that one up in foul territory, Pasquantino is right there to make the catch for out number 2. So we have 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th or bottom of the 4th. I'm jumping ahead here. But they're showing the home run replay. Hits that to center field, so much needed for Jazz Chisholm. And now we have Jason Dominguez at the plate, who made a fantastic play in left field in the top of the 4th, and it's an 0-1 count to Dominguez. So we have 2 outs here, and he fouls that one off. It's an 0-2 count now to Dominguez. And Josh Chisholm Jr. is playing around in the dugout right now, acting like a dog. It's pretty funny. So 0-2 count to Dominguez. He drew a walk in his last at bat. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, and Dominguez strikes out. But the Yankees are on the board on a solo home run by Jazz Chisholm Jr. That will take us to the top of the 5th, folks. And we are going to a commercial break. I will take a little break, and I will be right back. All right, folks, we are back to the game. Cavan Biggio is at the plate. He is 0 for 1 in today's game. Carrasco back on the mound. It's a 1-0 count to Biggio. Here's the pitch. 2 balls and no strikes to Biggio. We are in the top of the 5th. What's up, Bill? And Fernando Cruz is warming up in the bullpen. 2 balls, no strikes to Biggio. As Biggio pops that one up. And we got 3 players running towards the ball. And Dominguez making the play for out number 1. Let's go. Round of applause. Round of applause. A lot of claps tonight for Dominguez. Ha. And now we have Drew Waters at the plate. He is 0 for 1 in today's game. Carrasco at 70 pitches so far as he throws a strike for 0-1 to Waters. So it's an 0-1 count. It's a 1-1 game. Swing and a miss. And now the count now is 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes to Waters. We have 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Here's the 0-2, and he struck him out. Oh, maybe not. He said he got a piece of the ball. Oh, they did call it a strikeout. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Wells. Oh, I guess no, he tagged him out now. But I guess a little confusion there. But either way, we have 2 outs here. Top of the 5th. Let's go. And that will bring up. Let's see what we got here. Oh, okay. So Waters is still up to bat. And oh wait, that's not Waters. That's Isbell. That's what I thought. Okay, I was confused. So Kyle Isbell is now at the plate. He takes a strike. It's an 0-1 count. As Carrasco sets, that is called a strike. Isbell did not like that call. Let's play that 2-strike horn. Let's go. Let's see if Carrasco can get another strikeout here. As Carrasco sets. Here's the 0-2. And Isbell pops that one up in foul territory, but it is out of play. A nice little souvenir for a fan. As Isbell steps into the batter's box. Here's the pitch from Carrasco, and the ball's in the dirt. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Isbell. So top of the 5th, 2 outs, nobody on. The game is tied up at 1. Carrasco trying to get out of this inning now. 1 ball, 2 strikes as Carrasco sets. Here's the pitch. Way outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Started off 0-2. Now it's 2-2. The count is even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 5th. Let's see what Carrasco does here. Here's the 2-2. And that is popped up. And Dominguez running hard. And he makes the play. Let's go for out number 3. We're moving to the top or bottom of the 5th. Grisham, Cabrera, Rice, due up. Round of applause. Round of applause. Let's go. All right. The Martian is at it, man. Martian is at it. Carrasco, not too bad. Pitched 5 innings. You know, he pitched 5 innings. He pitched a little better than what I expected, at least. You know, I don't know what everybody else thought. I'm sure a lot of you probably thought that he wasn't, that Carrasco probably was going to have a bad game, which understandable. But, not too bad for Carrasco. I mean, let's check the numbers here real quick, right, on his stats for today's game. 5 innings pitched so far, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks. Only gave up that solo home run to Bobby Witt Jr. He's looked good. 79 pitches, 49 of those were strikes. So he's looking good so far. He look good. I don't know. Not sure if he'll be out for the 6th inning. I wouldn't be surprised if he's not back out. Probably, if not, I mean, I wouldn't blame Boone for that. But it's all right. He did what he was supposed to do. He gave the Yankees 5 innings. It was a much needed 5 innings. It's good for the bullpen right now. You can utilize the bullpen a little bit better. Okay, there's probably going to be a few guys that may not be available, but let's see what the Yankees bats can do here. I'm glad Jazz got that home run, as I always say, like I've said this before, I love the home runs. I love when the Yankees hit home runs. I mean, home runs are exciting. It's a run on the board, but you gotta get hits with runners in scoring position. When I say hits, I'm talking, singles, doubles, and, scoring 1 or 2 runs. The Yankees have done that in some of those games, right? They've done that in some of those games, but they need to do more of it. So, here's to consistency, right? That's all I could really say. And we are back to the game. And Trent Grisham will lead things off here in the bottom of the 5th. It's a 1-1 game. Seth Lugo is at 61 pitches so far. As Lugo sets, here's the pitch. And Grisham lays a bunt down, but it is foul. So it's an 0-1 count to Trent Grisham now. So bunt attempt, but just no success there. But good attempt. So it is an 0-1 count to Trent Grisham. So Lugo, 4 innings pitched, gave up 4 hits, a run, a walk. He drew one walk, has 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. So those are the numbers for Seth Lugo tonight as he sets on this 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Trent Grisham. He is 0 for 1 in today's game. Brad dropping the score of 14-1 Rays. Oh, my God. Here's the 1-1. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Trent Grisham. Lugo waiting for the signal. As he gets the signal, sets. Here's the pitch. 3-1 now to Trent Grisham. So 3 balls, 1 strike to Trent Grisham. Lugo sets. Here's the pitch. And Grisham takes a strike. The count is now full. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Trent Grisham. Oswaldo Cabrera is waiting on deck. Lugo sets. Here's the pitch. And Grisham hits that into right field. And that ball is gone. A solo home run by Trent Grisham. Let's go. Yankees take the lead 2-1. That's what I'm talking about. 4th home run of the season. Let's play that horn. 103.2 miles per hour on the exit velo. 384-foot home run. That's what I'm talking about. The Yankees take the lead 2-1. That's what we're looking for, baby. Let's go. And they are celebrating in the dugout. I mean, here I was talking about home runs, right? How much we like home runs and we appreciate the home runs. And I'm glad the Yankees are making it happen. But man, again, I still want to see runs scored on hits, right? Not just being totally reliant on the home run ball. And the Yankees have shown that in some games, right? They have shown that. But whatever. I'm not complaining. Grisham with his 4th home run of the season, and that ball was hit hard, man. You knew that ball was gone. You knew that ball was gone. It's a 2-1 game now with Oswaldo Cabrera at the plate as he takes a ball. It's 1 ball, 1 strike now to Oswaldo Cabrera. Nobody out in the innings. Bottom of the 5th. Yankees have a 2-1 lead. Seth Lugo right now at 69 pitches. Here's the 1-1. As Oswaldo Cabrera hits that into left field, and the catch is made by the left fielder for out number 1. And they're showing the replay of Trent Grisham's home run. And here we have Ben Rice at the plate. It's an 0-1 count to Ben Rice. As Ben Rice hits that high, and that ball is gone. A solo home run by Ben Rice. It is a home run derby. Ben Rice hits a solo shot. It is a solo home run for Ben Rice. And it's his 5th home run of the season. And 104.2 miles per hour on the exit velo, 381 feet. Let's play that siren. The Yankees take a 2-1 lead. That's what I'm talking about. Let's kill it. Yankees on a roll right now. They're in a groove. It's a solo home run for Ben Rice. So we have 2 home runs in this inning. 1 by Trent Grisham, 1 by Ben Rice. And now we have the captain at the plate. The Yankees have a 3-1 lead. That's what I'm talking about. So let's go, Yankees. Come on. Let's get some more runs. Well, yeah, sometimes, Frederick, you got to root for the Yankees, especially if they're playing against one of your rivals there, buddy. It happens, man. Susan, the Rays are playing the Red Sox. Not as good. Oh my God, yeah, the Cubs smacked the Dodgers the other day. What was that? 16-1. That was disgusting. And it's an 0-2 count to Aaron Judge right now. So it's 0-2 count. They're showing Ben Rice's replay on the home run, and that was a shot, man. Here's the 0-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the captain. Ben Rice's exit velos have been insane. They've all been mostly in the hundreds. Yeah, putting on that muscle really has benefited him. And here's the 1-2. Did Judge go? Yes, he did. Catcher will throw. Perez will throw over to first base. And that is out number 2 in the inning. And Aaron Judge has struck out for the 2nd time in the game. He is 1 for 3. And that will bring up Austin Wells. And here we have Austin Wells. And he hits one to right field. And that ball is gone. A solo home run by Austin Wells. Let's go. It's a 4-1 game. Play that siren. It is a home run derby tonight, people. Let's go. 3rd home run of the season for Austin Wells. 107.7 on the exit velo, 361 feet on the distance. Oh, my God. So Yankees taking a 4-1 lead here. It's a good game so far. Oh, baby. That's what I'm talking about. And now we have Paul Goldschmidt as he pops up on the first pitch and looks like Pasquantino makes the play for out number 3, but the Yankees do damage. The Yankees do put up 3 runs. with all solo home runs, Trent Grisham, Ben Rice, Austin Wells. Yankees have a 4-1 lead. It is the end of the fifth inning. We're going to the top of the sixth, folks. We are going to a commercial break. Let me know how excited you are. Are you all happy with this? This is a nice little bounce back here. The Yankees needed this. Now they need to keep the lead. So let's see what they can do here in the top of the sixth. Hopefully it's smooth sailing from here, and Yankees could put up some more runs. But that's what we're talking about. We are in a commercial break. I'm going to take a little break, and I will be right back. All right. And looks like we are back to the game as Fernando Cruz will take over pitching duties for Carlos Carrasco. And we have Jonathan India at the plate. It's 1 ball, no strikes to Jonathan India. He is 0 for 1 in today's game with a walk. Here's the 1-0. He goes around. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jonathan India. And it's a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. That is called the ball. So it's 2-1 now. Owl says, go Yanks. Yeah, baby. Here's the 2-1. 2-2. All right, so we do have one out here in the inning with Bobby Witt Jr., who was 1 for 2 in today's game. He hit a solo home run. It is an 0-1 count to Bobby Witt Jr. Jacob Frederick, I am planning on doing the pregame. Yes, that is the game plan. I plan on doing the pregame and probably the play-by-play too. So Well, it'll be a different experience for you there, Frederick. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Looks like I'm falling a little bit behind again. Just going to restart this real quick. So India lined out sharply. Bobby Witt Jr. strikes out. And it's a nice strikeout there by Fernando Cruz. And that does bring up Vinny Pasquantino as he takes a strike here on a slider. So it's an 0-1 count. I am just lagging a few seconds behind, folks. So some of you might be ahead of me, just FYI. So I'm trying to be at the same time as everybody else. As Pasquantino swings and misses, it's a 1-2 count. Let's play that 2-strike horn. 2 counts. Top 6. Yankees. See if Cruz can get a strikeout here. And ball is in the dirt. So the count now is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fernando Cruz, 1 for 17, 11 strikeouts on splitters this season. Yeah, I mean, Cruz has a nasty splitter, man. I'm so happy the Yankees traded for this guy with the Cincinnati Reds. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Did he go? And third base umpire said no. So it is 2 balls and 2 strikes now. And I thought he went around. I mean, based on that replay I just saw. But here's the 2-2, and he struck him out. And we are going to the bottom of the 6th. Chisholm Jr., Volpe, Dominguez are due up. It's a 4-1 game. We are going to a commercial break. So how's everybody feeling? How's everybody doing? Are you all enjoying this game? Are you all enjoying this game? The Yankees have a 4-1 lead. They could get 4 more runs and go 8-1. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. So, but that's what I'm talking about, people. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So yeah, Frederick, I should be doing a pregame tomorrow. That's in the game plan, and I should be doing another play-by-play as well. I'm going to try and, do as many pre-games, as many play-by-plays. Like I mentioned in the pre-games, there might be games where I might not do the play-by-plays because I might have some stuff going on, or it's just the schedule just doesn't allow me to. Let's just say it like that. But as long as the schedule allows me, I am going to continue doing play-by-plays, people. And this is the 15th game that I have called so far. I've only missed 1 game, so 15 games. If I could call 80 games, for me, that would be an accomplishment. Yeah, Kay's voice must be sore. Yeah, probably. I mean, I enjoyed the food talk, but I think everybody else enjoys the food talk too. As soon as I bring up the food segment, everybody participates, as I always say. Folks participate in the prediction, sure, but when it comes to food, everybody participates. So, we're all food lovers here. Let's be honest. And I am 2 subs away from 1530. So there's 2 folks out there that are watching this right now that have not hit that sub button. Hit that sub button. All right, let's hit that sub button. Let's get to 1530. 1600 is the next goal for the strike zone for subscribers. So let's get some more subscribers. Let's get some. I want to meet some new people, of course. It's always great meeting new fans. And, let's get those likes up too. We are back to the game. And Jazz Chisholm Jr. fouls the first pitch. Lugo is back on the mound. He has thrown 79 pitches so far, and Chisholm Jr. is 1 for 2. He hit a solo home run in the 4th inning that tied up the game. Here's the 0-1. It is 1 ball, 1 strike now to Seth Lugo, or excuse me, to Jazz Chisholm. Here's the 1-1. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. One ball, 2 strikes to Jazz Chisholm Jr. Here's the pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. So 2-2 count to Jazz Chisholm Jr. 82 pitches for Lugo. I think it would be safe to say this is probably going to be his last inning that he is going to pitch. Here's the 2-2. As Jazz hits a grounder, Lugo picks it up, and he does tag Jazz. So that is out number 1. And that will bring up Anthony Volpe, who is 0 for 2 in today's game. The Yankees do have a 4-1 lead here in the bottom of the 6th. That brings up Anthony Volpe. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Lugo sets. And here's the pitch. And it's a grounder hit to the third baseman, Garcia, who throws over to first to Pasquantino for out number 2. So 2 quick outs here for Seth Lugo here in the bottom of the 6th. And they're showing Dominguez's jumping play there in left field that he made. A hit from Salvador Perez. It was nicely done by Dominguez. As he is at the plate, he is 0 for 1 in today's game with a walk. So he takes a ball here. 6 putouts tonight by Dominguez, so career high for him. It's a 1-0 count. And it's a grounder hit to the second baseman, who throws over to first for out number 3. So it is a 1-2-3 inning for Seth Lugo. And we're going to the top of the 7th game, slowly moving along here. And we are in a commercial break. What's up, Lou? How's it going? Nice to see us hit a quality pitcher. Agreed. 218. What happened to Volpedo? What do you mean 218? Yeah, Dominguez looking good out there, man. Dominguez looking good out there. So let's check the polls real quick. I want to see what everybody voted for. Let's check these polls. 27 votes, and 74% of you have said to book it, that the Yankees are going to win. Oh, his batting average is back to last year? Yeah, let me check that batting average real quick. Kind of got me wondering now. Let's see. Yeah, he's been slumping. He's at 214 now. He started off great, but now he's kind of back to his slumping ways. He's got to. I mean, I've said it before. This is a make or break year for him, in my opinion. There's other bright spots in this lineup though, as far as bats go, but Jazz Chisholm Jr. needs to step it up too, big time. Austin Wells, same thing. He had a solo home run, but few of those guys need to step it up. He's got to get his groove back. So, yeah, Volpe, he's just very inconsistent. That's the problem. Well, yeah, exactly. There's Stephen B. I mean, there was talks of, hey, extend Volpe, offer an extension for Volpe, offer an extension for Austin Wells, but these guys have to prove themselves, man. I mean, he never had a groove. He has spurts. I mean, he finds a groove, but it's very short-lived. Let's put it that way, Lou. It's very short-lived. But he has moments. He shows spark, but then it just dies out. But we do have Salvador Perez, who takes a big swing and a miss. He is 0 for 2 in today's game with a strikeout and a lineout. It's an 0-1 count to Salvador Perez. We are in the top of the 7th. Here's the pitch, and that ball gets away. It's 1-1 now. And Tim Hill is warming up in the bullpen right now for the New York Yankees. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Perez as Cruz throws a ball there. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the 2-1. As Perez fouls that one off. It's a 2-2 count now. So let's see if Cruz could get another strikeout here in this game. 2 balls, 2 strikes, top of the 7th. The Yankees have a 4-1 lead as Cruz sets. Here's the 2-2. Ball gets away from Wells. The ball's in the dirt, hits the dirt, gets away from Wells. It is a full count now to Salvador Perez. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. As Cruz sets. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out for out 1. So Fernando Cruz looking good. And that was Cruz's 3rd strikeout of the game. So Cruz looking good so far in this outing. Now Perez really reached for that one. And Cruz will be taken out of the game. He does his job. And that will bring in Tim Hill. So Massey will be up to bat. He's a left-handed bat. Garcia's a right-hander. Biggio a left-hander. So Hill is going to face 2 left-handed bats here. So a good call by Boone, I would say. We got DM in the building. He says Judge and Wells homer, good sign. I'll say hopefully it's a good sign of things to come. Jazz heats up when the weather gets warmer. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? So, Susan, I'm glad you brought that up. Jazz Chisholm played for the Miami Marlins his most of his career, right? So he's used to mostly playing in warm weather. He's not used to playing in the cold weather. So, this could be a part of his cold streak where, he's with the Yankees now. So, so far the Yankees have played in a lot of cold weather games, and he's not exactly used to it. So, he didn't know what cold weather was till he got traded to the Yankees. So hopefully, as the weather gets warmer, the players get better, the team plays better, right? Was it Jamaica or was it? I don't think it was Jamaica. I think I want to say he's from the Bahamas. I'm gonna look that up. He was from one of the islands there. Bahamas. Yeah, it was the Bahamas. He was born in the Bahamas. So that's where he's from. So he moved to the U.S. when he was 12 years old. I didn't know that. But yeah, I was like, he's got to be from the Bahamas. Yeah, all good. Yeah, Sean Browning, that splitter from Cruz is just filthy, man. It's disgusting. And we have Tim Hill, who is on the mound, and the first pitch to Massey is fouled. It's an 0-1 count. Lou, something, man? Yeah, they need to start the East Coast teams. If it's not the West Coast, maybe start them, in the teams in the South or something, right? I mean, start them off in some warmer weather. But there's going to be games where they're going to play the game in the cold. I mean, it's just inevitable. It's going to happen. But here's the 0-2, and that pitch is fouled off. But they got to get used. They got to get comfortable playing in bad climates too. But I understand what you're saying. But because the East Coast around March, April, the weather's still pretty cool, right? And a grounder is hit to Paul Goldschmidt. He throws over to Tim Hill. Tim Hill steps on the bag for out number 2. And We have 2 outs now in the top of the 7th. And that will bring up Garcia. So 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. As Tim Hill is on the mound, he will face Michael Garcia, who is 0 for 2 in today's game with a line out and a ground out. So let's see what Tim Hill can do here. As the first pitch is a strike. So it's strike 1 to Garcia. So it's an 0-1 count. We have 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Nobody on. 4-1 game. Yankees are leading. Swing and a miss. Let's see if Tim Hill could get a strikeout here. Let's play that horn. 0-2 count. 2 outs. Top of the 7th. Here's the pitch. And he struck him out. And we are going to the bottom of the 7th. We are about to enter the 7th inning stretch. So I will take a little mini break. So we are heading to the bottom of the 7th, and I will be right back. And go ahead and stretch, get your food, get some water, get a drink, do what you got to do, and come right back. right, folks, we are back. Lugo is back on the mound. Surprisingly, I thought that would have been his last inning, but we do have Trent Grisham at the plate. He's 1 for 2. He hit a solo home run in the 5th inning. It's an 0-1 count here to Trent Grisham. We are in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the pitch. That is in there for a strike. It is an 0-2 count now to Trent Grisham. Grisham steps out of the batter's box, takes a couple of practice swings. Looks like he is ready to go as he steps into the batter's box. And Lugo sets. Here's the 0-2, and Grisham hits that to left field, but the play is made for out number 1. And that'll bring up Oswaldo Cabrera to the plate. Yankees do have a 4-1 lead here in the bottom of the 7th. And Oswaldo Cabrera is at the plate now. He is 1 for 2 in today's game. Let's see what Oswaldo Cabrera can do here. As Lugo's pitch to Cabrera is fouled back. So 0-1 count to Cabrera. Here's the 0-1. 0-2 now to Cabrera. So no balls, 2 strikes to Oswaldo Cabrera. As Ben Rice is waiting on deck, we have 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the 0-2, and Cabrera hits a grounder to Garcia, who throws over to first for out number 2, and that will bring up Ben Rice. And Luke Weaver is warming up in the bullpen for the New York Yankees. So Ben Rice is 1 for 3 in today's game. Had a solo home run in the 5th inning. Has 5 home runs now for the season. As the first pitch is a ball. So 1-0 count to Ben Rice. Two 2-0 now to Ben Rice. So 2 balls, no strikes to Ben Rice. We have 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Yankees have a 4-1 lead. Here's the 2-0. 3-0 now to Ben Rice. And tomorrow's starters, folks, it is Michael Wacha and Max Fried. So let's see if Max Fried can have another solid outing like he did in that game against the Tigers. Here's the 3-0. That is in there for a strike, so it's 3-1. Max Fried pitched a spectacular game on last Thursday against the Tigers in the series finale as Aaron Judge is waiting on deck. Here's the 3-1. It's a swing and a miss. 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Ben Rice. Here's the 3-2, and he walks him. And Ben Rice will take first base. And that'll bring up the captain, Aaron Judge. Looks like we are in a commercial break. Looks like there is a pitching change. And it looks like Schreiber will be the pitcher coming to the game to take over pitching duties. Yeah, Judge home run incoming. I hope, man. Oh, captain, my captain. But no, I'm just glad. Like I said, I'm glad the Yankees have the lead on a 4-1 lead. It's another home run derby. I mean, I'm not complaining about home runs. I know the Yankees are winning, but you know, as far as like I was saying with the hits, man, it's just like the Yankees just have to do a better job of scoring runs on hits, not just totally being reliant on the long ball. That was a lot of the problem last year. Let's just hope that it's not the same repeat. But you know, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna complain. I mean, as long as they don't lose the game, but they need those games where they are where they're getting scoring runs on hits, whether it's singles, doubles, triples, sack flies, and they've done that in some of the games. Just want to see more of it. Oh, I know it's a poem. I know it's a poem. I don't remember how the poem goes, but I know it's a poem. But it looks like we are back to the game. Ben Rice is at first. Aaron Judge is at the plate. John Schreiber taking over for Seth Lugo as Judge fouls that one back. It's an 0-1 count to Aaron Judge. Let's see if the Yankees could score more runs here to add to the lead. But it is an 0-1 count to Aaron Judge. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Judge is 1 for 3 in today's game. He did have a single in the third inning. Hasn't hit a home run in quite some time now. It's been about 10 days since his last home run. And it looks like you got Luke Weaver and Alan Winans warming up in the bullpen. Here's the 0-2. Just misses. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Aaron Judge. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th. Runner on first. Yankees have a 4-1 lead. At Judge rips that, but it is foul. Still 1-2 count to Aaron Judge as Austin Wells is waiting on deck. Schreiber sets. Here's the pitch. And Judge hits that past the diving Witt Jr., and he is on there with a single. So we got runners on first and second. So that does bring up Austin Wells. So good hit by Judge there. And that will bring up Austin Wells. It's a 1-1 count to Austin Wells. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. So the count now is 1-2. Yankees have an opportunity to add some more runs here in the bottom of the 7th. Some insurance runs never hurts. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Wells. 2 men on, 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th, 4-1 lead. Wells calls time. As Schreiber sets. Here's the pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Austin Wells. as Paul Goldschmidt is waiting on deck. And just misses. So 3 balls and 2 strikes, and that'll release the runners. So 3 balls, 2 strikes to Austin Wells. Yankees have a opportunity here. What's up, Dev? Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss, and Austin Wells strikes out. We are heading to the top of the 8th. Yankees leave 2 men on. Still have a 4-1 lead. And we are going to the top of the 8th. We are going to a commercial break. And we will be right back. And I will be right back. All right, top of the 8th is here. And we have Luke Weaver on the mound, who will be facing Biggio here in the top of the 8th as Biggio takes a ball. So Biggio leading things off here in the top of the 8th. Biggio is 0 for 2 in today's game. Yankees trying to win this series opener. Here's the 1-0. Misses. So 2 balls and no strikes now to Biggio. So showing Luke Weaver's fastball velocity was at 95.7 last season, 92.9 right now. So a little bit of a drop in his fastball. As Luke Weaver throws a strike, that was 94 miles per hour. So it is a 2-1 count. So 2 balls, 1 strike on Biggio as Weaver sets. Here's the 2-1. And gets him with a strike there. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Let's see if Weaver could get a strikeout here. Drew Waters waiting on deck. 2 balls, 2 strikes, top of the 8th. Yankees have a 4-1 lead. Weaver sets. Here's the 2-2. And he fouls that one off. Here's the 2-2. And it's a grounder hit to Jazz Chisholm Jr. Throws over to Luke Weaver, runs to first base. So nice play. Jazz Chisholm's like, what's up? And we have one out here in the top of the 8th. So 2 outs now. Sorry, once again, MLB TV like giving me some issues. I don't know why. So I did jump to the live. But we do have 2 outs. Kyle Isbell is at the plate. Drew Waters had lined out to right fielder Aaron Judge. It is a 1-1 count now to Isbell. Yankees have a 4-1 lead. Luke Weaver's on the mound. It's 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. As Weaver sets, here's the pitch. That is outside. 2-1 now on Isbell. And Lynch the 4th and Urseg warming up in the bullpen right now for the Kansas City Royals. Two balls, 1 strike to Isbell. Here's the 2-1. 3 balls, 1 strike now. It is a 3-1 count to Isbell. Here's the pitch. And he walks him. So Isbell will draws a walk with 2 outs. So it's a 2-out walk for Isbell. And that does bring up Jonathan India, and that does bring us to the top of the lineup. He is 0 for 2 in today's game. Excuse me. As he takes a strike, it's an 0-1 count. Sorry about that, folks. I don't know where that cough came from. I apologize. It is an 0-1 count to Jonathan India. 2 outs here in the top of the 8th with a runner on first as India fouls that back. Let's play that 2-strike horn. Get a strikeout here and get out of this 8th inning. It's an 0-2 count, 2 outs, top of the 8th. Runner on first, 4-1 game. Yankees are leading. Here's the 0-2, and that pitch is outside. So it's a 1-2 count now to Jonathan India. Here's the 1-2. Fouled. So India's still staying alive, so it's still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bobby Witt Jr. is waiting on deck. As Weaver is trying to get out of this inning here, it is a 1-2 count as Weaver sets. Here's the pitch. And just misses. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Jonathan India. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 8th. Runner on first. Weaver sets. Here's the pitch. And India hits that, but it is fouled. So Jonathan India staying alive. Weaver trying to get out of this inning. Royals trying to make some noise here in this top of the 8th. Nice little battle going on here as Weaver sets. Here's the pitch. And once again, Jonathan India fouls it off. Still staying alive. Hits the cameraman. 2 balls, 2 strikes still to Jonathan India. Weaver sets. Here's the 2-2 as India pops that one up in the infield. Jazz Chisholm Jr. right there to make the play for out number 3. We're going to the bottom of the 8th, and the Yankees have a 4-1 lead. Weaver does his job. Due up, Goldschmidt, Chisholm Jr., Volpe. We are going to a commercial break, and the Yankees are still leading. So just a little over 2 hours into the game, 2 hours and 20 minutes into the live stream. So, the game is going by fairly fast, right? It doesn't look like it's going to be your typical 3-hour game. So, which is a good thing, right? But we are heading to the bottom of the 8th. The Yankees are now 3 outs away from securing this game. So it'd be nice for them to open up the series with a win. And they'll probably get Devin Williams in there to close it out. So hopefully there's no mishaps there. But Devin Williams, generally speaking, usually starts the season off slow, but then he gets better as we get later into the season. So I think Williams will be fine. And good game by the Yankees, right? I mean, I know we talked about the bats, but we got to talk about Carlos Carrasco. I mean, you look at Carrasco and what he did. He only gave up the 1 hit, 1 run, and that was to Bobby Witt Jr.'s solo home run, right? Pitched 5 innings. He struck out 4, walked 2. So he looked good in his outing here, folks. I mean, Carlos Carrasco, I think, did better than what a lot of us expected. He did his job. Fernando Cruz came in for just a little over an inning, did what he had to do. Tim Hill came in. He closed it out. Luke Weaver did his job. So, no complaints, folks. No complaints. Carrasco was a lot better than I expected too. And here we have Daniel Lynch the 4th in the game, and he will be pitching to Paul Goldschmidt as we are back to the game here. And Lynch the 4th is a left-handed pitcher as he throws a knuckle curve to Goldschmidt, who is 1 for 3 in today's game. It's a 1-0 count to Goldschmidt. Here's the 1-0. 1 ball, 1 strike now on another knuckle curve. So looks like this guy's a big knuckle curve pitcher. Yankees had struggled with that a couple of weeks ago against Zach Gallen as another. So that was a changeup now. So now it's a 1-2 count. Devin Williams is warming up in the bullpen right now for the New York Yankees. He'll come in the 9th inning to close out this game. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's assuming, right, that he's going to come in unless they decide to put Luke Weaver back out there. But I would imagine they're going to bring in Devin Williams. 2-2 count. Did he go? He did not. It's a full count to Paul Goldschmidt. Here's the 3-2. Goldschmidt fouls that. So a lot of knuckle curves being thrown in this at-bat by Lynch the fourth. And Jazz Chisholm Jr. is waiting on deck. Here's the 3-2. And Goldschmidt rips that at the left field line, and he is going for two. And he will safely get there as the ball gets away from Bobby Witt Jr., and it's a leadoff double here at the bottom of the eighth for Paul Goldschmidt. Let's go. Let's see if the Yankees can get at least a run here to make it a 4-run lead going into the top of the ninth. So Goldschmidt is 2 for, I believe it was 2 for 4 in today's game. I'll check that real quick. Sorry. Yeah, 2 for 4 for Goldschmidt. So a Goldie double. That's right. So it looks like we have one out here in the bottom of the eighth as Jazz Chisholm Jr. flies out to left field. Yeah, MLB TV really lagging over here. It's slacking. But looks like it's 2 outs here in the inning as Volpe pops out. And Cody Bellinger coming in to pinch hit for Jason Dominguez. We still have a runner on second as Bellinger fouls the first pitch. Yeah, Bellinger pinch hitting. So wasn't sure if he was gonna make an appearance, but here he is. And Dominguez's night is done. 1 ball, 1 strike to Cody Bellinger. Two outs here in the bottom of the eighth with a runner on second, 1-1 count. Yankees have a 4-1 lead as Bellinger fouls that one back. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Cody Bellinger. Lynch sets. Here's the pitch. As Bellinger fouls that one off, he's still staying alive. So it's still a 1-2 count to Cody Bellinger. But Goldschmidt's 451st career double, tied for 105th all-time with Paul O'Neill, Jim Tomei, George Davis, and Jimmy Ryan. Very nice. Here's the 1-2 as Goldschmidt fouls that one off. Still staying alive. Lynch sets. Here's the pitch. And he struck him out. So that ends the bottom of the eighth. And we are going to go to the top of the ninth as the Yankees try to close out this game. We got Witt Jr., Pasquantino, and Perez due up here in the top of the ninth. The Yankees look to win this series opener. So let's hope the Yankees can close this one out and win game number 1 of the series. And then hopefully win the game tomorrow to secure the series victory. The Yankees desperately need a series victory. So let's see what they can do. But let's check the scores around Major League Baseball, folks. Let's see what we got going on today. The Giants are beating the Phillies 10-4. The Braves are beating the Blue Jays 8-4. The Rays are crushing the Red Sox. They're destroying the Red Sox 15-1. Holy crap. The Tigers are beating the Brewers 9-0. The Mets and Twins are tied up at 1. The Cardinals are beating the Astros 7-0. The Padres and Cubs game is about to begin here in about 15 minutes. Looks like the Dodgers and the Rockies will play here in a little less than an hour. And then the Pirates beat the Nationals 10-3. So those are your scores right there, folks. But the Red Sox are just getting destroyed. Holy crap. All right, Beagle, we'll talk to you later. I gifted a membership yesterday on 50 likes. Usually if I do gift a membership, it's on 50 likes. I don't gift it every day. But hey, if you want to become a member yourself, you're more than welcome to. I got the link in the description there, bud. Getting a little dark in my area here, so let me get some light. Give me just a moment here. Hold on. All right, much better. And Cody Bellinger is taking over at left field for Dominguez. Devin Williams is in the game. So as he looks to close things out, and Bobby Witt Jr. is at the plate. As the first pitch is fouled back. Let me jump a little bit ahead. I know I'm kind of falling a little bit behind again. It's MLB TV. Every time I catch up, it for some reason falls behind. But it looks like right now, Witt Jr. has a single, so he's on first base. And we have Pasquantino who swings and misses. It's an 0-1 count to Pasquantino. Vinny Pasquantino is 0-2 in today's game. So 0-1 count. Here's the 0-1. And that is fouled, and it's 0-2. Let's see if Williams can get a strikeout here and record the first out here in the top of the ninth. So it's an 0-2 count to Pasquantino. Williams trying to close out this game. We do have a runner on first and here in the top of the ninth. Here's the 0-2. And did he go? Looks like he did not go. And it looks like we do have one out here in the inning as Pasquantino pops out to third baseman Oswaldo Cabrera. We do have Salvador Perez at the plate. It is a 1-0 count. way inside, almost hits him. So 2-0 now to Salvador Perez. So 1 out here in the top of the ninth. I'm going to runner on first. Here's the 2-0. And that is fouled. So it's a 2-1 count to Perez. A double play would end the game here if they're able to get a double play. Double play would end the game. Yankees would win. So 3-1 count to Perez. And he walks him. So 2 runners on for the Royals. They are threatening here a little bit. So we do have 1 out here in the inning still. And that will bring up Michael Massey to the plate. He is 0 for 3 in today's game. So Williams having some problems with his command right now. As Williams sets. Sorry, folks, having technical difficulties here. So, all right. So Michael Massey does pop out to first baseman Paul Goldschmidt. So it is 2 outs here in the top of the ninth. So the Yankees are 1 out away from closing this thing out. And we have Michael Garcia, who is the last hope here for the Kansas City Royals. He steps into the batter's box as Williams checks the runner at second, and he sets. Here's the pitch, and he hits that to left field. Bellinger makes the play for out number 3, and the game is over. The Yankees win. Devin Williams closes this one out, no problems. And the Yankees win this game 4-1. They win the series opener. That's what we like to see, folks. The Yankees win. So a good start to the series. Good start to the series. Love what I'm seeing here. Love what I saw in this game. You know, the Yankees did win 4-1. Good at bats, right? Good at bats. It was mostly home runs by the Yankees, but you know, I'll take it. And you know, good outing by Carrasco, folks. Good outing by Carrasco. There was 31 votes, and most of you said the Yankees would win. You all said to book it. Let me end that poll. So 77% of you have said that the Yankees would win, and they did. But like I said, the Yankees needed this win. This was a good. Hopefully, this is a good boost for the guys in the pinstripes. So let me know what you all think. What did you all think of today's game before we close it out? This game was just a little over 2 hours. It wasn't your typical 3-hour game. So The game went by, fairly fast. But for those of you that are in the chat, let me get your thoughts on today's game, and I'll close this thing out, and that way you all can enjoy your evening. I'll enjoy mine, and then we can meet up again here tomorrow to have some fun. And one thing I do want to say, I do appreciate everybody having patience while I was trying to deal with the technical difficulties, because MLB TV, I don't know what's going on, but it is a little bit frustrating, but that's okay. I'll at least I can still watch Yankees games while I don't live in New York. Well, DM, Williams got out of it. The thing with Williams in the months of March and April, he starts off slow. He's been like that historically, and as the season goes on, he warms up. He gets better. So I think as the season goes on, I think he will improve. Just give him some time. But March and April are usually slow for him. Susan says, "Good game. Martian was terrific. Hope Max is fantastic tomorrow." I agree with you. The Martian was great. I love that jumping play that he made in left field. That's what hopefully that was a boost for him. The Yankees, hopefully that was some, good news for the Yankees, right? That he's able to make those plays. He's looking more comfortable out there, right? Dominguez is looking comfortable. So that's what we wanted for Dominguez. So, good job by Dominguez in left field. Good defensive plays, made some good plays. So he's making it happen. He's making it happen. But Carlos Carrasco, folks, pitched better than what a lot of us, I'm sure, expected. He only gave up the one run. It was a solo home run by Bobby Witt Jr. And that was it. The Royals only had the one hit. I believe, they only had they had two hits. Okay, they had two hits, and they only had the one run on the solo home run by Bobby Witt Jr. Carrasco gets the win. He's 2-1. ERA looking a little better, right? I mean, it's 5.94, but that needs to improve. Seth Lugo is 1-2 with a 3.86 ERA. Devin Williams got the save. His ERA right now at 7.2. It'll come down though. I feel good about it. Yeah, two hits, both by Witt, exactly. So the bats were not really alive for the Royals tonight, right? So, Max Fried on the mound tomorrow, right, against Michael Wacha. So that should be a good pitching matchup. I feel good about Max Fried. I think he'll have another solid outing. I think the Yankees can secure the series win tomorrow and hopefully go for the sweep on Wednesday, right? So they hopefully get this win. I think they will. I think Max Fried's going to have another solid outing. I don't know if it'll be like 11 strikeouts like what he had against the Tigers, but I think he's going to have a solid outing. I really do. But with that being said, folks, I am going to I'm going to shut things down here, but I do appreciate everybody tuning in. It's like Susan says, it is one game at a time. So, the Yankees got their looks like their 9th win of the season. Yeah, 9-7 now. So, they just played their 16th game. Season's still early, folks. It's still early, one game at a time. Hopefully when these reinforcements get back, it makes the team better. And DM says, yeah, Yanks need to go on a nice winning streak, get some distance in the division. 100% right there with you. Let's hope that happens, right? And let's hope that the team improves once they get the reinforcements coming back. But Yankees win tonight. They go for the series win tomorrow. And that's going to do it for me, folks. I appreciate every single one of you tuning in, wherever you tuned in from, on YouTube, on X, on Kick, on Twitch. Thank you all for tuning in. I do greatly appreciate the support. Pito is in the building. He says, let's go, Yankees. Let's go, my guy. So make sure you all hit that like button. Let's get those likes up. Hit that subscribe button if you're watching this for the first time. Let's continue growing this channel out. Share this channel out with everybody you know. I would greatly appreciate it. I will see you all later. Enjoy your evening. Have a good night.